So today we're going to start on some accessories for costumes that are going to be brought out at some point next year. One of them is mine and one of them is my dad's. These blasters were printed by my good friend Jai. You can go follow him on Instagram under Geek and Cosplay. I'll put a link down in the description. These prints are absolutely beautiful, really great quality, and he does them for a really good price as well. So if you need something 3D printed, he's the man to go to. So as you can see, we've got two different types of blasters here. The biggest one being my dad's. This is the Wookiee Bowcaster. Does this give away what his costume is going to be for next year? I think it does. Then we've got my one, which is a DC17M. This is like a modular blaster rifle. This is actually from the video game Republic Commando. So for this rifle, you'll be able to attach things like a sniper scope, anti-armour, and for this is just the base of the gun, so this is just your standard blaster mode. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller than the versions that are in the game, but that's because if you just look at this handle, I can barely get my hand around this grip to go on the trigger. This is a pretty big gun, so Jai has sized it down a little bit just so I can actually hold it. But it's still pretty big, it's still pretty chunky, and again, this is a great little build. He's just added some milliput in some of the seams that I just need to sand down, and again, it's just all about the cleanup on these and just making sure I've got a really nice paint job, because 3D printing is fantastic when you want to get something that's very clean and something that's quite complicated that will take quite a while to make from scratch. But the thing is with 3D prints is you do have all the print lines on them, so to get it smooth it's actually quite a lot of work. So hopefully I can do these prints justice and make them look really, really cool. So the first stage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my blaster and I'm just going to sand down all the milliput that Jai has put on there for me. Thank you, because I actually haven't run out of milliput. And I'm also going to put a little bit of filler on some of the seams on the bowcaster as well and just sand them down. And then just go over some areas and just sand a little bit of areas where some of the 3D print pattern appears a little bit more than in other places. And then it's just going to be a case of a lot of priming and sanding. Just keep going over priming and sanding, trying to smooth everything out, as I do have some filler primer which is just going to help fill in these small gaps a little bit more. So it's going to be something that requires a lot of patience before you get to the fun part, which is the paint job. I was toying with the idea of actually putting electronics in this, but I think it's just going to be a lot of hassle just to try and put a lot of EL wire and lights in there, because it should have like an ammo count on certain parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint it in a certain way that makes it look a little bit lighter. I just don't want it all one flat colour. You know me, I enjoy painting things like this. So the filler's now in all the gaps and in some of the places where the print lines are a little bit more sort of obvious, because obviously with 3D prints pieces get printed separately and then you glue them together. You can't print a gun all in one go, and with this one being a bigger one, there's actually more fill lines to do in this one than there was in the DC. So now what I'm going to do is, it's raining outside and I have to find a little space in the shed next door and actually start going over this with some filler primer. It's literally just going to be a case of fill sand, just to try and get rid of as many of the print lines as possible. And the primer is also going to help me see where there's going to be any extra bits that need some more filler, things like that. It's not going to be perfect, I don't think. This is the first time I've done a full 3D print and tried to sort of finish it up, so I don't know how well this is going to come out. But you know, everything is a learning curve, so. So this is the first layer of filler primer on the gun. I actually kind of like it in a yellow. It actually looks pretty cool. So I've just gone over it with like a 600 grit wet and dry sandpaper. I did have 120 grit as well, which I went over just some more stubborn areas. So obviously basically you want to take off sort of the top layers. You can see the white on the bits that are a little bit more raised up or than on the bits that are lower down, because some of the print lines aren't quite even. See a little bit better sort of on this side. So I'm gonna go spray another layer on it now and then do the same thing and just literally get it to a place where I'm happy with it. I think I'm not going to be able to get everything out again. Something like this you could spend forever and ever and ever sanding and maybe never get it to where you really want it to go, but as long as it looks decent and fairly smooth, I'll be pretty happy with that. So this is 2 layers of filler primer sprayed and sanded down. I've managed to get this bit really nice and smooth, but there's still some areas that need a little bit of work. So I've actually gone and I've ordered some more Milliput. This is white superfine ones, and I'm just going to go over some of the areas that just need a little bit of sort of an extra touch up. And then I can sand that down, and then I'm going to go over it and spray that with a normal primer and just have a look and see if there's any other areas that need going over. Spraying the filler primer on the bowcaster has shown that there is a lot more ridges that need to be worked on, but I think Dad's got a mini sander that he might actually be using to get rid of some of the other bits on here, so that might be a case of using that to get this painted up at a slightly later date so I can get this one done. But the weather is also terrible at the moment, so it all depends on when we can actually get this properly sprayed up and looking nice. So I've sanded down that Milliput with a fine sandpaper, but because it's not incredibly fine, obviously it just leaves some scratch marks in the paint. So what we're going to do is go over it one final time with some wet and dry, just make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then this one is going to be ready for its final primer, which is just going to be a standard primer, not a filler primer. I don't know if I'm going to get the bowcaster finished because there's actually quite a lot of ridges. It seems 3D printers do print off something that is more boxy with lots of straight lines like this better than curved areas. So I don't know if the bowcaster is going to get done in this video, but if not, I will show you how it looks in a later video, or if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it there. So we'll definitely get this one finished. So that's what we're left with. I've just wiped off the paint residue with a damp cloth. So we've got a really nice smooth gun. There's some points where you're still gonna just about see the lines, but for the most part it's pretty much all been filled in, and I'm just so pleased. This part here is just really nice and smooth. So yeah, we're just going to make sure that's definitely dry before I start doing any more paint work to it, and we're going to spray it with primer, and so hopefully we can see how good it looks all in one nice uniform colour. So we got the base primer on now, ready for paint, and you can see some of the bits here have gone nice and smooth. There's no lines in here, and some bits you can still see a few of the lines, but again, when it comes to stuff like this, you can literally spend so many hours going over it and sanding and sanding and sanding. So it will be just a case of rinse and repeat, but I'm confident with a decent paint job, again, I can hide a few of those smaller lines as well. So taking a look at one of these reference images that I've got, obviously this is a video game gun. This is not something that's ever been done in the films, been made into a real life prop. Well, obviously other people have done. So this is what it looks like in the game. This is one of the game models. You can see it's actually black and silver in some parts with decals and light up bits. Now obviously I'm not going to do any light up bits in this gun, and I don't have anything for the decals, so the decals will actually go on here. This bit is actually kind of small for one, so I might get a decal made up in the future just to go on here, because I've got a friend who prints vinyl stuff. He's the one who did the signs for the TARDIS, so Mole, I may be hitting you up soon, buddy. and I'm actually going to hand paint in the lights for this bit here. But for starters, we're actually going to work on doing the base colours. Now, looking at the gun, a lot of sort of these indented sections are actually in silver. So what it's going to be easier to do is actually give the gun a whole base coat of aluminium before moving over and taping over certain bits and going over it with the black. As well, having a base coat means if I start very gently sanding away the black paint, you're going to get that aluminium underneath, so you're going to get a more of a natural weathering look than you would do if you were to dry brush a paint on. Okay, so now we've got all our lovely shiny aluminium on. What we're going to do is go by the reference material and start masking up all the big aluminium bits we don't want to spray over. So about an hour or so later, we've now got everything taped up. It's a little bit awkward to just sort of go around all the angles and get in the gaps, but it's there. So obviously all the exposed bits are now going to be painted in a black, and I'm going to use the same method that I used for my DLT19 just to get a little bit of texture, to give it a sort of difference between what's going to be sort of the flat silver and the black. So just as a means of a quick demonstration, obviously we got our paper here. So what I'd normally do is go over, do a flat colour. I'm obviously not going to do it here because I don't want the spray to go everywhere, but I will show you just a little bit what to do. Then after you've got your flat black colour, or whatever colour you're doing the gun, I guess normally this works best for black, is you just depress the lid of the can down a little bit. A little bit awkward to do because obviously I'm trying not to get this everywhere. But there you go, if you just get it sort of depressing a little bit, you get these little paint sputters. So you get all these little splatters on the side here, and that's kind of what you're after. Obviously it's a bit easier doing it outdoors and not where I'm trying not to get it anywhere. So that's kind of the basics of what we're going to do, and it gives it a sort of gunmetal look. It actually makes it look like it's a purpose-built material rather than just being painted on there. It looks really nice on my DLT, so hopefully it'll look the same on here. Alright, we got the black spray on. You can kind of see the little spattering effect got going on. Went quite fine on this one. It catches the light nicer than it does just a plain satin black. So now we've got the fun job of taking off all of the masking tape and revealing the silver underneath. Then we get to weather it, which is always my favourite part of these things. there you have it, that's the completed DC17M 3D print paint job. Obviously the bowcaster, not something I'm going to get to do in this video due to time and the fact that it needs a lot of work and I need some more paint. But if you do want to see what that looks like, I will be posting pictures up on my Instagram when it's finished. Links as always down in the description below. So at least this is the first part of my Republic Commando costume complete. The rest of it is down in a box behind me. I can give you a sneak peek. This is the raw helmet cast. This is probably the next bit that I'm going to be working on before moving on to actually doing the full kit for the body armor. So stay tuned next year for the full build of what will be Seb from Republic Commando. I'm quite excited to actually get started on this because it's going to be one hell of a paint job, and I do like doing cool paint jobs. So big thank you to Geek and Cosplay for being the one who actually printed this for me. I'll leave a link to his Instagram down below so you can go and follow him, and if you're looking to get something printed, you can always ask him, see if he can print it for you. And I know I completely forgot in the last video to do the Patreon shoutouts. I am so sorry, so massive thank you to you, Jeff Kenny, and to you also, Mortarian, for pledging to have your name shouted out on my videos. I do appreciate the patrons who are sticking around over the Christmas period, because I know this time of year isn't a time where you're going to have a lot of money to spend. So honestly, it means a huge amount that you guys are still sticking around and supporting the channel. If you want to support me on Patreon as well, again, links down in the description below. So from me and my little buddy Harrison, who's been sitting on the chair with me throughout the entirety of this build process, we wish you a Merry Christmas if we don't see you before then. Have a great New Year, and we'll see you in the next video. Harrison, can you do the salute? Can you, Harrison? Can you do? No, we want to get down. May the Force be with you. Did you want some treats, buddy? Come on, let's go get some treats.